What's up, Lock family? I'm back with another video. I told y'all I was coming with a Q&A, and here I am. I got y'all questions in front of me, and we just gonna hop right into it. First question is, how many locks do I have? I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't know. I've never counted my locks. I've never had the desire to count my locks. I never saw the importance behind counting your locks. I've also heard that it's like bad luck, which I've heard from like an elder with locks. Probably BS. Who knows? But yeah, so I don't truly know the exact number of locks that I have. I am certain that I'm in the 60s range, so I'm sure it's between 60 to 70, but I know a lot of people ask this question because they want to try to obtain a certain look that another person with locks has. The thing with this is it will always be hard to replicate a set of locks because we have to consider your hair texture and your hair density. So I could have 60 really thick locks and then another person could have 60 really thin locks. So it really depends on the thickness of your strands and how many strands you have overall. Next question, what method did I start my locks with? So I've had 3 journeys, including this one. So my first journey, I started with 2-strand twists. Didn't really work for me. Maybe it was my texture, maybe it was my patience. I just got tired of them looking like old 2-strand twists. So that didn't work for me, combed those out. Then I tried instant locks as well. That didn't really work for me either, simply because I realized that I wanted to feel the journey in its entirety. I wanted to feel the bunching, and I wanted to see the bunching, and I wanted to see the budding, and I wanted to see all of that. Now, mind you, just because you get instant locks doesn't mean your locks are mature instantly. So of course you will still see somewhat of a change between the start and towards maturity, but I just wanted to feel it and I wanted to see all of it. So the third journey, which is this one, I started with comb coils. How do I know what size hair jewelry to buy if they aren't mature yet? So I'm sure you're talking about A Designs, my brand. I make lock jewelry and hair jewelry. That's kind of a hard one to kind of gauge. When it comes to the locks being at the starter lock stage, it kind of turns into a guessing game. I feel like your best bet, since they're not fully locked yet, would to go standard 7 to 8, or you can do 6. You really would have to just kind of play with with sizes. So I would say maybe even getting 2 different sizes first. And I do offer like a plain coil. They come in a pack of 3, and I think I have them on there for like $5. I would say maybe try getting 2 different sizes in those before you actually buy the gems with the crystals in them, and kind of measure that way and see if that helps. Next question is, what do you put on your curly ends? Really nothing, honestly. I will use a mousse on during my retwist when I want to like refresh my ends. I'll use a little mousse, and the mousse that I use is my own brand of mousse, which was out for a period of time, but I ended up having to take a pause on my hair products because I was really trying to perfect each product. I was having some trouble with the mousse and its foaming ability, so I had to go ahead and take the products off of the shop. I do plan on getting my products back out there. I just want to make sure that they're perfect for y'all so that you guys don't have to worry about anything. It breaks my heart when I get emails from people and they're like telling me something's wrong. So I just went ahead and instead of continuing to just sell it for the bread, I went ahead and took the products off. The oil and the rose water that I make were perfect. It was really just the mousse that was giving me trouble. But I went ahead and took everything off because I knew that by the hair oil and the rose water being up, I knew people were gonna mad inquire about the mousse. So I can't really give y'all a date on when those products will be back up, but I do plan on getting them back up eventually when I can perfect it fully and make sure that it's perfect for you guys. Next question is, I've been having my locks for 3 months now and I don't know how or when to wash my hair. So my last video was all about washing your locks. You're 3 months in and you're ready to wash your hair. The best thing for you to do is to band or do the wave cap method. So banding is just putting your locks in plaits, so braiding them together in sections and washing your hair while the plaits are in. Or the wave cap method. The wave cap method is putting the wave cap on, tucking your starter locks into the wave cap, and washing with the wave cap on. You can do both methods at once. So you can band your hair, braid the locks together, and then put the wave cap on and wash that way as well. Don't be afraid to wash your starter locks. Just be careful, just be mindful, but you want to have a clean scalp when it comes to your starter locks, because think about it, if you have dry scalp or flaky scalp, all of that that's falling off of your scalp is falling into your new starter locks, and all of that is going to embed into your locks if you're not washing it. So wash it. Don't be afraid. If you need help, ask somebody for help, or find a loctician who doesn't mind just washing your hair without the retwist if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, wash it. Don't be afraid. Next question is, how often do you get a retwist? I feel like we have the same texture. I normally go like 3 months in between my retwists, and wash sometimes every 2 weeks to every month, depending on my scalp is feeling, because I do have really bad dry scalp. But yeah, I tend not to retwist every month, just because with my texture, retwists just don't last long for me. So I also don't mind the messier look. So yeah, I'm not a super duper big fan of retwists like that. My go-to though, if I need to, I will do a front perimeter retwist, which is just retwisting the front perimeter so it looks neater. Curly ends, do you leave in conditioner and oil on the same day? My ends get fluffy between. So I don't really touch my ends anymore since my locks have matured. I will touch them like once a month, honestly. Even after a wash, I won't do much to them. In the beginning though, I did do leave-in conditioner diluted in water, as well as a little bit of oil days after, just to revitalize that shine. Now, since my locks are matured, like I said, I will use a mousse on a refresh day, and that's about it. Did you have to deal with unraveling when you started with loose curls? With the 2-strand twist journey, I did a lot of unraveling and I couldn't stand it. With my comb coil journey, no, which I'm not sure if it's just my curl pattern or what, but the comb coils just really agreed with my hair and they just stayed together. Can you put locks together? I'm not sure what you're referring to, if I can do it or if I've done it, or if you can just in general put locks together, and the answer is yes to all three. I do combine locks. I have combined some of mine, and I've combined some of my family and friends. If you want thicker locks, that is an option to combine them. You can use a crochet needle, and you can also just combine them at the root when you're doing a retwist. Obviously, you will have like a two-headed dragon, some people like to say, or a Congo, where you have essentially one lock at the root, but you have 2 locks on the ends. Did you deal with a lot of frizzing the first couple months? Yes, absolutely. Like, I still deal with frizz now. I feel like it's a lot to do with my texture. I have a really fine texture, especially up here. My strands are like baby hair soft. So I've always dealt with frizz. I deal with frizz now that I'm mature. So I feel like when it comes to your texture, it's kind of inevitable. You kind of just gotta accept it. Next question is, how long did it take me to lock? Yeah, I would say around the 3rd month mark is when they really started to lock up. A question that's not hair related, but I did want to answer it. How do you get your skin to glow? So I use rose water every day. I use rose water and glycerin mix. It's one of the products that I was selling that I make myself. So yeah, rose water and a glycerin mix, and that's really all I spray on my skin after washing. I don't really like to use lotions or serums or anything like that because I have really sensitive skin and it's so easy to trigger it. So I've found that using my lavender castle soap, and then after spraying with the rose water and glycerin mix, like, it's been the best for my skin. All right, y'all, well, that wraps up the lock Q&A. Next video, I'll probably do a just general Q&A. You can ask me any questions you want. I might answer some, I might not. Depends on what you ask me, because y'all don't need to be all in my business like that. Again, like I always say, drop some topics in the comments that you want me to touch base on, and I will get straight to that for you. All right, y'all. Peace.